In this lesson, I will show you how to maintain character consistency when generating your images. This applies to any type of image, whether cartoon or realistic. As usual, we will be making use of Google Gemini AI. Once you open Gemini, the first thing you need is your script. This could be a story or any content you are working on. If you don't have a script, you can ask Gemini to generate one for you. For example, you can type, I want to write a story. The title is Things Fall Apart. The setting is a Nigerian Nollywood village scene. Give me a full text script. Then send the message. Gemini will generate a complete story script for you. Now, it is from this script that you will start generating your image prompts. There are two main methods you can use to generate image prompts. The first method is the direct method. The second method is the indirect method. The direct method is when you already have a well-structured prompt for each image. All you need to do is copy and paste the prompt, and the AI will generate the image. These prompts are usually detailed and can be created using tools like Gemini, ChatGPT, or Meta AI. On the other hand, the indirect method is more flexible. You don't need to copy and paste a fully structured prompt. Instead, you give simple instructions based on your story. For example, you can say, make the character sit down, or show Obi in scene 3 going to the market. Even though the prompt is simple, the AI will still understand and generate the image based on your previous context. This method helps you maintain character consistency because the AI remembers the character from earlier scenes. For this video, we will be focusing on the indirect method of character consistency. This will help you generate multiple images of the same character without changing their appearance. Now, this is the script given to us by Gemini after we provided the title of our story. Once the AI gives you the script, the next step is to start generating your images. Remember, for this lesson, we are using the indirect method. That means we are not using a fully structured prompt. Instead, we will give simple instructions and allow the AI to work based on context. So what you need to do is go straight to the point and tell the AI to generate images based on your scenes. Now, very importantly, always start by asking the AI a question. This helps you confirm that the AI understands what you want. For example, you can type, can you generate images for all the scenes in this story? I want to start creating images for each character in each scene. I want you to maintain consistency as we move forward. This part is very important. You must always include this statement. I want you to maintain consistency as we move forward. This tells the AI that you want the same characters to appear from the beginning of the story to the end without changing their appearance. After typing your instruction, go ahead and send the message. Then wait for the AI to respond. From there, you can now start generating images scene by scene while maintaining the same character identity throughout your story. Now, let's take a look at the result of the first image generated. You can see how beautiful and realistic it looks. If you go back to the beginning of the scene, you will notice that the image aligns perfectly with the story. Now, let's move to the next part of the script. From the story, we can see that the next character who responded is Ichi Eze. So, we will now tell the AI to generate an image for that scene. You can type, show Ichi Eze talking to the king. Show a close view of him. Generate the image and maintain consistency. Then send it and wait for the result. Now, let's look at the result. This is Ichi Eze talking to the king. Always remember, the goal here is to maintain consistency of your characters. Once you are satisfied with the result, go back to your script and check what happens next. From our script, we can see that the king, also known as Igwe, responded. So, we simply tell the AI what to generate. For example, show as Igwe Okoro responded. Show a close center view. Then, send it and wait for the result. Now, here is the result. You can see that the images remain consistent. If we compare with the previous images, you will notice that the characters still look the same. You can continue this process for all scenes in your story. As your storyline progresses, you can ask the AI to generate images from different angles. For example, you can request a close-up shot, a full body view, a ground level view, or even a focus on the environment. This helps you create multiple consistent images and makes your story more engaging. The best part is that you don't need to start writing long prompts again. However, it is important to understand that AI is not perfect. Sometimes it may not follow your instructions correctly. Let me show you an example. In this part of the script, Ichi Eze stood up and pointed his staff at Obina. Now, if we type, show as Ichi is standing and pointing his staff at Obina, he looks angry. Maintain consistency and send it. You may notice that the result is incorrect. For example, the AI might place the wrong character on the chair. This is not what we want. So what do you do in this situation? You simply correct the AI. Tell it clearly what it got wrong. For example, you can type, Obina is not supposed to be sitting on the chair. Ichiez is pointing his staff at Obina. Obina is standing with a stubborn expression. The king is the one sitting on the chair. Maintain consistency as we have started from the beginning. Then send it again. Now look at the result. This time, everything is correct. The king is seated and Obina is standing. These are some of the small challenges you may face while trying to maintain consistency. Sometimes you may even get completely different faces. When that happens, simply bring the AI back to your previous context. Remind it of what you have already established. Finally, there is one very important thing you must always remember. When you are generating your images, try not to leave the chat for too long. If you go offline and come back later, do not immediately continue generating images. First, ask the AI, do you still remember our previous conversation from the beginning? If the AI confirms, then you can continue. This helps you avoid getting different faces or inconsistent characters. The second part of this tutorial will be available on our YouTube channel. There I will teach you in detail how to master the direct method of character consistency. See you in the next class.